I'm Divine Messenger Zuko, and welcome to Kasamba.com. I was asked today to define what do men want in a relationship? It's kind of a loaded question, and it can vary from man to man, person to person. Uh, Demographics play a big role. If we're talking about a man in his 20s in the US versus a man in his 20s in Egypt, um, you know, it, essentially, it shouldn't make that much of a difference because we're speaking about emotions, but it can. You're speaking about how people are raised and what their values are. So it can vary, but essentially, some of the things a man wants in a relationship and what you can expect is that, I hate to say it, but number one on the list, and that's men universally, is they want a partner for intimacy. They need to know that they have security and that they have security, consistency. There's someone that they can connect with on that level physically. So that's an easy one to get out of the way. We all know that about men, right? So, number two, a man wants in a relationship. Generally speaking, a man wants someone he can trust. So, as men are generally a little more careful about expressing feelings and emotions, and especially the ones that make them look weak or scared, you'll find that your partner who's male may test you a little bit to see how you react to different signs of emotion. Some men are a little easier, find it a little easier to share, and some don't. Some men are really emotional and some are not. The reality is, all men feel emotions, right? All men feel, they all experience emotions. It's a matter of how much they're willing to share. A lot of men have grown up with the notion that it's important to hide their feelings, especially from their mates. So it doesn't come naturally to them, and you're fighting almost a losing battle at times, trying to get them to open up as easily as you do. That is not something I don't think a man is ever going to do. If your partner is already a little closed, um, and he doesn't share his feelings easily, and you're more of an open, emotional type, you can spend a lifetime trying. They will never get to that level. You can find that with work and effort that they will open up. They will learn to trust you, and they will share their feelings. And it takes a lot of practice and endurance and perseverance. That can be done. That is quite possible. But it takes trust. So the man has to feel he trusts you with his feelings, that you're not going to look down on him. You're not going to judge him. And God forbid you to have a fight, you don't throw it back in his face. How he cried last Saturday. What kind of man are you? We're human. We can be terrible with each other as soon as we get angry. And especially if we feel triggered, forget it. And again, it varies from person to person, but I would say trust. Trust, being able to trust you with his feelings. What does a man want in a relationship? He wants consistency. He wants to know that he's safe. He wants to know that you're there for him when he needs you, just as you want to know that the man's there for you when you need him. He needs to know that you're there for him when he needs you too. Now, just because you've done a fantastic job of being by his side no matter what does not automatically mean he will. Is that there's that divide with the women and the men that I see every day here, is that a lot of women are doing the right thing. They're very loyal, they're very patient, they're very kind, they go out of the way to make the man feel good about themselves, and they'll make him lunch, make him dinner, whatever he needs, they're there. But then it comes a man's turn to do something for them, and they're not doing it. And you see the men being a lot less consistent, a lot less aware of the fact that they need to be a little more cognizant of your needs and your desires. It's not unusual. Men, by nature, are a little more driven in another direction. It's less about being aware of your partner's needs and wanting to be, to get ahead of the curve to fix potential problems. It's more about, it's other factors. We'll just say it's other factors driving them, success, gain. We're just wired a little differently, and some men are wired very differently. So they need more time, they need more training, they need more repetition, they need a lot more patience from you to teach them, hey, this is something I need you to do. This is something I want you to do. It's just not going to happen instantly. It's not going to happen fast. And believe it or not, yelling at them is not going to help. Guilting them also doesn't help. I've learned that, just about any man is able to change. Just about any man is able to learn. They just need the right tools and they need the right person to do it. Whether that be you or someone else is up for debate. But the reality is, no man's impossible, or no man's a lost cause. Just like no woman is. It's just a matter of bridging the gap between where you are and where they are. That's where we need to be.